All right, Queenie, if you could go through your account of the events that transpired on Monday, I believe, that were regarding the incident at Meridian and what followed it later in the day.
Okay. I went to Meridian Stone Capital. Carlo walked up to me at some point and asked me if I had any spice on me. I told him I did not have any spice on me, and he said that he was going to search me, and I said, "You're not gonna do that. I already told you I don't have spice." And then I started walking away, and I was like, and if I do, then what? Like, he's not gonna do anything to me. He continued. I walked down the stairs, and then I saw him following me briefly.
That's we can't do Harry. Come on, bro. We sent the guy. The guy's also like involved in this.
He had a gun pointed at my head and told me to put my hands up, and he was searching me for spice. Once he concluded searching me, he continued up the stairs, turned his back on me. I chopped him, left him on the stairs. I called Vito, told him to pick up Carlo because of what he did, and then I left. Vito proceeded to call me and said he wanted to have a conversation with me. I spoke to him for some time where I told him exactly what had happened. And then I had called Clark, and Clark had come down to Meridian Stone Capital. Once Clark and I were there, they were showing him the jewels that they were selling. And I guess they were like trying to make a sale with Clark. I proceeded to leave with a emerald, joking around with Vito. Then Clark later on informed me that Carlo had pulled a gun on me a second time when I didn't know when I had my back turned.
What?
Once I left with Clark, I had a conversation with him, came back to New Babylon, and called Vito, confronted Vito, telling him that I was going to deal with Carlo on my own, that I wanted justification for what happened to me, and I was going to take matters into my own hands. I then gave Vito a bag of spice, and that was due to the fact that he had some ongoing business with Nancy to spread spice within the city before it became illegal in the city, and it became illegal yesterday. So I put my ego aside to help with the benefit of spice at that moment. At least that's the way I perceived it. Then
I almost believe her, almost.
the next day I woke up and I was looking at the lemon list nonstop the entire day, waiting to see if Carlo was around because he normally puts himself on the lemon list. It was not around the entire day yesterday. And
Folding,
then,
bro. I'm not jury. I can't fold. I'm not the jury.
Sorry, Tuesday. And then come Wednesday, I continued to look for him. And once I saw him on the lemon list, I went into the city to try to find it, to take matters into my own hands. Seemed like everybody was having conversations around me in New Babylon and not with me, so I had no idea what was going on. When I got to
that's the
Meridian
classic
Capital,
Queenie right
I came
there.
across a Babylonian car. I was confused as to why there was a Babylonian car there. I go in there and I see the MC, 4 of them standing in front of Vito.
DJ, like, you should have cut the story off, dude. We don't care about any of this.
I was there. I was there to handle my own shit. I did have a conversation briefly with CJ, Luciano, and Clark at the Red Keep about what happened. I was then fined 10 Babylari and told to pay the Babylari to Clark specifically, and to take 5 therapy lessons with Big Joe about the situation. Because it was seen that because I didn't come to New Babylon and tell everybody what was happening, that I apparently didn't want to be a part of a community because I wanted to take matters into my own hands.
Thank you. We just need the accounts of what happened. We don't need anything. We're just trying to get a basis of the situation. Okay, you can step aside.
Well, first, let the jury ask questions.
Okay, you just want off her testimony alone? All right.
Yeah, just let them ask some questions,
and
then we're gonna question everybody.
I have a couple.
All right. Okay.
I'll go last, though. I'll go last. Go ahead. Queenie, you mentioned multiple times that you were to handle this situation on your own, son. Can you clarify what that means exactly? You mentioned a couple times during the testimony.
Yes, of course. I was held up at gunpoint I took that personal. I don't think every single matter needs to be like a personal matter needs to be like a big Babylonian thing. I feel like someone feels like they were wrong.
You don't understand. You don't understand what the spice is about.
As well. So I wanted justification for what happened to me. I mentioned that briefly on the Red Keep on having a conversation with CJ, Luciano, and Clark. And then the opposite happened the following day. They sent the MC to handle
this is the bigger problem I was talking about.
Happened. So I'm sitting here.
No one did. Yeah, we already knew none of them did, right? That's why Lang brought it up.
Able to get the satisfaction of doing it on my own. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to gun him down for doing what he did to me. Either that or do some kind of mock execution. He didn't pull the trigger. Maybe I wasn't going to pull the trigger back to him, but make him think I was. I don't know what I would have done, but I was going to do something.
Understood. And then my second question, another clarifying one. I know the Marduk gave us an update of how important spice is. But just for the jury, how would you describe the importance of spice?
I love Jeff. Jeff gets it.
Spice for the beginning, when we were all, it was a very few of us, was a very prominent thing. It kind of took
and look, I call everything. Queenie's about to flip. She's about to flip it. She's about to flip
now,
it.
I feel like if it's such a sacred thing, I feel like mentioning it being sold like hotcakes kind of removes the value of what you would want.
She's gonna flip it. She's gonna flip it on leadership. I call all this shit, man. Yo, doubt the king.
It's something that is given to people more controlled than just throwing it around left and right. I feel like it has lost the value of what it's supposed to be all around.
And you said if it's sacred.
She's not wrong. So she's absolutely wrong. She's absolutely wrong. Go look at what, guys. All the Spice RP is a one to half of one ripoff from Dune. Go look what Spice is in Dune, boy.
With Spice,
it is absolutely fucking crazy that you slang around, boy.
She had communications with Meridian Stone Capital, and I put what happened to myself to the side so that it could further her plans in it, knowing that it was already going to be deemed illegal this week. I didn't know it was going to be yesterday or the day before or today. I wanted to make sure that it was actually moving forward and that the plan that Nancy
watched Boring Dune? Come on, man, don't say that, bro. Best films ever.
Without me putting my personal vendetta on the line against what would ultimately be a very good partnership between Meridian Stone Capital and New Babylon.
Now, I do think
that's all I had.
Queenie's defense is good, but she's also like attacking a lot of people that she lives with, right?
Yeah, me too.
Which, you know.
You said several times that you went back to this here establishment, right, baby?
Correct.
Did you feel comfortable enough to go there by yourself?
Yes, I did. I don't have a relationship with Carlo Marciano. I never had a relationship, but with the others in Meridian Stone, I have a history with. I never felt like I was in danger with the exception of him. Anytime I was ever in a car with him and having a conversation with, let's say, Vito, I would not say anything because I don't trust the guy. I never did. So it's personal for me. I don't think anybody else would ever be harmed in any kind of way, even if it was in a joking matter. Pulling a gun out, to me, if you have a gun out, you're meant to use it. So it's my vendetta against Carlo is only against Carlo, nobody else.
Okay.
Which is why I wanted to handle things on a personal level, one-to-one, before it blew up inevitably how it did right now.
Well, it blew up because you went to go handle it by yourself. So
we've been taught to let the militia handle these things. What made you not go to the militia?
To the militia about me being held at gunpoint?
Yes, baby.
This is gonna sound kind of dumb, and it is. I've been held at gunpoint previously by Ray Romanov about a month and a half ago, and unfortunately it was kind of used. It didn't have a good result for me. I wasn't able to get any kind of justification in it. So for once I wanted to take matters into my own hands and just deal with it. It's very different when you're going against a gang versus one individual that isn't a part of a gang. I can handle one-on-one, hopefully. Maybe it wouldn't have ended well for me, but honestly, anger and frustration took over, and I wanted to have that personal satisfaction of knowing that I had done it. If someone wronged me, I didn't need, time and resources to be able to feel the bullet leaving from my gun and entering his head if that's what I deemed it. I don't know how I would have handled it. I don't know what would have happened, but I feel like most people, when they're wrong, want justification, and I did.
Okay, last question. In your thought process, did you think about the fact that you was carrying spice and somebody else may have robbed you or took it from you at any point in time?
No. It's kind of like how Babalari was for people. You don't think about it until it's taken away from you. I did not have any spice on me in that moment either. But
Queenie is a very good job at fucking throwing everybody under the bus. Like,
up and leave.
she Wilt Chamberlain with that shit, my nigga. God damn.
Hello. Okay. Anya actually asked a lot of the questions I was going to. I just want to clarify with yes or no. Your intention was to go to the city and hold Carlo up.
After what he did?
That's what you said, right?
Yes. I don't know what I would have done exactly, but I would have done something. I have my ways of being able to find people, whether they want to or not. I wasn't going to take it to their place of business because, again, I don't want it to sour the relationship between Meridian Stone and New Babylon because I felt they were needed for that business relationship. So I was going to keep
I mean, this is a very good argument, though, Chad. Like, you got to give credit where credit's due. This is a very good argument for there right now.
Again, not everything that's personal needs to be blown out of proportion.
Okay. So you said also that you did not perceive them as a threat to you personally.
Correct.
Did you consider
The spice not hers under the side? Yeah, but that's what we have to hope that the jury sees, right, guys? Like, she's going to defend herself to be not found guilty. That's the point of this.
No, never.
I just talked over her whole question. I have no idea what she asked.
Conversation with Vito, explaining to him that I was going to go after Carlo myself, and he agreed. He let it happen. He didn't fight back. He didn't say they were going to retaliate. In fact, I had spoken to another one, and they said if I was to attack Carlo and they were in the car, they would simply move to the side and let me do what I needed to do.
You're going to say shit, though? I am, but I also, like, don't want to...
Specifically told you they would not retaliate.
Correct. Yes, they would not.
Okay. All right. And I want clarification because you did say if you have a gun out, you're meant to use it. I agree with that, but earlier you contradicted that. So which is it that you believe? You would pull your gun out and you were going to use it, or you were going to pull your gun out and it was going to be a scare tactic?
I think it's the same
Daphne
thing.
kind of on her shit, though.
That mock execution is to present the fact that he could die in that moment if I decided to. His life is in my hands. I think that kind of that can fuck with the person even more than pulling a trigger could. It sends a message.
I actually picked a good ass jury,
yes, my
guys.
intent would either be to shoot him or not. It just depends on what happens in that conversation. If I had it, which will no longer happen.
Okay. And then, do you feel that the militia would not have been helpful to you in this instance? Is that why you did not go to them?
I think they could. I think most likely what would have happened is he would have been placed on a bounty board. But what's the difference between a bounty board if I would accept that contract and do it myself versus just doing it?
Yeah, but see, that's wrong, though. That's wrong. I would have squashed these motherfuckers with a bottom line. Boom, scrape the scum off my shoe.
You would or would not have faith in the militia to help you in a situation like this?
Yes, I would. But again, I'd rather take matters into my own hands, you know?
Okay. All right, that's all for me. Thank you.
All right, Queenie can have a seat for now. Jury, great questions. Just a reminder, guys, remember, this is not to fucking mock or represent some fucking trials and shit in Los Santos. For the people that are paying attention, for the people that are defending themselves, and for the jury. I don't give a fuck about objections and all that bullshit. We're here to hear sides of the story. Jury, you guys ask the questions you feel need to ask to look for your either guilty or not guilty verdict, all right? Remember that. This is our own trial. We fucking live in a trailer park, for God's sake. I ain't a goddamn judge. Nobody here's a fucking lawyer. Maybe you were, but don't matter no more. Let's go with Nancy. Please, testimony. Thank you. I just gotta throw that reminder out there, you know?
I was returning from letting off some steam at the golf course. This was later in the day, perhaps 9 or 10 Eastern, I would imagine. On return, I bumped into Queenie, so she stated she needed a bag of spice to resupply Vito and Co. Of course, I obliged. At the time, they were business partners. They can have what they require to make what we needed to happen. I was under the assumption perhaps they were using it for testing purposes to work out how to sell said product for exactly what we did yesterday, Wednesday. I was under no understanding that Queenie had been held up. I assumed it was purely from a business perspective. I was given no other information other than they just needed a resupply. And Queenie, as our doctor, is a trusted person in handling spice. So I retrieved one singular bag of spice and gave it to Queenie, and I heard nothing further from there, so assumed delivery had gone as planned.
Is that everything?
That's everything.
All right, jury, questions? Let's try to keep it a 3 max per member as well, please.
No question from me.
I have a quick one.
Yeah, just take the mic. Just come take the mic.
Just to clarify, Nancy, from your point of view, you knew that Queenie was doing business with this group, and you allowed for this transaction to happen, but you didn't know that there was this like a stick up beforehand.
Nope, negative. I had no idea that anything had happened. I just assumed it was Vito and Co. wishing for a resupply so that he could get to know the product before Wednesday's happenings.
Understood. Okay, thank you.
Any questions from the jury?
How much spice was it, Nancy?
One singular bag.
Okay.
CJ as well. You can also ask questions if you feel need to ask questions as well, by the way. My question for you is, if you did know that the stick-up happened prior, would you have still supplied them?
If I'd known that the stick-up had happened?
Yeah.
No, God no. In the same capacity that we changed everything yesterday, no. You can't be a business partner and do something like that to anyone within New Babylon.
All right. You're good. No other questions. All right, Clark.
Am I gonna be recounting? Is that right?
You don't gotta like repeat what we've already heard. I guess
Yeah.
obviously just your side of the story.
Is that right if I just answer questions?
Well, who can ask you a question? We don't know what the fuck you seen, boy.
Yeah, can you
All
go
right.
from like what you witnessed and what
Yes.
Yeah, go through your witness. Yeah, just go through it, boy.
All right.
Let's go, Clark!
Thank you, Benji.
5 Babylari fine for that outburst, boy.
All right, I believe it was...
Now it's 10 Babylari fine.
Shut the fuck up, Benji. All right, so on Monday, I got a call from Queenie. She sounded pretty upset. I was like, what the fuck's going on? How can I help?
It's called
She's like, "Oh, we'll talk soon."
Spirit
I'm
Ox
kinda
by
talking
Tony
to Vito
Anderson.
right now. I said, all right, no problem. Sounds good. Just let me know when you're free. She said, okay, I'm at Meridian, you know, maybe you can scoop me later. I said, all right, sounds good. Later on in the day, a few hours pass. I believe I called her back or she called me back. We got back in contact and said, yeah, I'm at Meridian. Come scoop me up. I said, all right, en route. I head over there. As Queenie stated, I was, I just kind of walked in, was talking to them, put in a little business order for some gems and shit like that, a little Babylari trade. We're negotiating back and forth. There was like all of them there. Queenie is correct in that, I think she was fucking around and she had like a stone on her or something. So she like slipped away and then Carlo took out a gun and walked after her and then almost immediately came back. I was not aware of what happened, so I don't know if they were just like fucking around or some shit. So I was like, okay. Because he returned after, so I didn't think it was too serious. Once the business deal was done and it was time for me to go, Queenie hopped in my car and she let me know, hey, this motherfucker Carlo just held me up, try to swoop my spice. I said, I got a musket right now. You can turn around, put 2 in his head. She said, no, I want to handle it myself. I said, are you sure? She said, yes. I said, all right. After that, we went to like a little hilltop. We just had a little convo. Touched on it a little bit, but not too in depth. And it was quite late in the day, so I almost immediately went to sleep after that. The next day, I believe we're gonna like help them out with a photo shoot or something like that, Meridian. And we had a conversation and a class that day on Tuesday regarding the pizzazz that us Babylonians have and should uphold. And so I kind of felt a little iffy about changing clothes and going and doing that. So Marduk, CJ, and I kind of locked eyes at the same time. Was like, we should talk. And we're like, yeah, I don't know if we should do this. She's like, yeah, I agree. And I was like, plus on top of that, Carlo taking her hostage. She's like, what? I said, yeah. Wait, what do you mean, what? And she goes, I didn't know. I didn't know it was a secret. I I don't think it was supposed to be kept a secret, but that was the first time she heard of it. So I was like, yeah, this is what's going down. This is what happened. I thought you knew. She's like, nope. I was like, oh, fuck. And then, of course, as CJ said, we had a conversation in the Red Keep, and, yeah, it's kind of what happened.
All right, Dre, any questions?
Oh,
Yeah, we can start, yeah, oh, you're good. Go ahead.
okay, baby. So it's your understanding that when you talked to Miss Queenie, she stayed there at the establishment after she was robbed?
I believe she left for like a short period of time. I don't think she stayed there physically the whole time, but she did return after. Yeah, that's where I met back up with her and picked her up. So at some point she did return, yes.
Okay, and one more question. If this had happened to you, would you still have made the sale for Spice?
Oh, you mean like after the fact?
Oh, yes.
No, I was recently held up by an ex-rat by the name of Villager, and I came back and informed the people before I went to sleep. Because if there's someone out there who's taking people hostage and shit, people should know.
Ooh, that jab at Queenie, bro.
Okay, so just to be clear, you wouldn't have sold them Spice after the fact?
No.
Okay, baby.
All right, Jeff.
I didn't have a question.
Oh, sorry. Daphne, any questions?
Yeah, I'm good on Clark.
All right.
CJ, any questions?
Don't.
All right, crowd, any questions?
I do.
Yeah, I knew he did. That's why I'm asking, boy. I saw you stand up. What is it, Seb?
Clark, what does Spice mean to you?
Why is that? Whatever. Just answer the question, Clark. Why's that relevant?
Those who control the spice control the universe, Sab. It's everything.
So, would you say it's a sacred thing within New Babylon?
All right, we can cut it there. Go sit your ass down, Clark.
All right.
Thank you.
Then I believe it's just Luciano, right? Yep, Lush.
My side of the story, yeah?
Yes, sir.
All right, on Monday, towards the end of my day, I was about to go to bed. I get a call from Vito. He's asking me for Spice. I tell him I don't have any Spice. To call Nancy, check with Nancy if she has anything. He isn't able to get a hold of Nancy. He says, he has a client or whatever, he needs it. And, he lets me know that the Queenie's around as well over at Meridian. I tell him, all right, well, ask Queenie, ask Queenie if she has any Spice. And that's it. That was the end of my phone call. Like I said, I was going to bed. It was a very late night. That's it. That's all from my end.
All right, any questions?
No, sir. No, sir.
Hey, I'm about to call Fat Joe up there.
Just fine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's just to clarify.
This is the way.
Okay.
So that would have been before she got held up. She was at Meridian, and you said to ask her for Spice.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, that's my only question.
Wait, I have one. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No problem. All good.
Luciano, just for our knowledge, what details of what Clark said and of what Queenie said so far and what Nancy said did you know of in terms of what went down and what was?
Guys, we gotta throw out the bullshit, man. We gotta get Fat Joe up here.
I only knew the details that Queenie had a gun to her head when I was called up to a meeting at the Red Keep with CJ, Clark, and Queenie herself. I was not informed that this had happened.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think now. Does it add useless info? Because I don't care about that testimony, actually.
Probably placed the guy on the bounty board. Yeah.
I don't
Understood.
care
So you
about
basically found out at the same time as
Carlo lying.
CJ found out during that meeting.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Wait, I do have one quick question.
Yep.
Just for clarification, that night when I called you about this and I said, yo, what the fuck happened? Queenie got robbed, Queenie got held up. And I asked if you knew about the situation. You said, like, sort of? or you only semi knew about it. What was that implying?
Yeah, that was implying the phone call that I had with Vito, asking about the spice.
Huh?
I told him to check with Queenie.
Wait, she just got him.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, what's your question?
Albert.
Luciano, why
That's
did you have...
that's another 5 bubble already fine there, Benji. What was that, Sam?
I said my question is, why did Luciano have Vito speak with Queenie instead of Nancy for spice?
Well, Nancy was unavailable at the time.
Okay, that's fine. Hold on. TJ, what was your question?
I just recalled a conversation when I initially found out about this, and I was asking Luciano if he knew about the situation, and his answer was kind of or sort of.
Okay,
And I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
But then, I believe it was Anya asked you if you knew, when you told him to talk to Queenie, if you knew that she's been robbed. You said no.
Correct. Yeah, I did
But
not know.
did you sort of know?
No. I did not know that she was robbed. I did not know that she had a gun pointed to her head. That's
Okay,
it.
so what did you mean by sort of? What did you sort of know?
Well, I knew partially because of the conversation I had with Vito, right? He asked me for spice. I told him to go check with Queenie. And that's it. That's all I knew of the situation.
You knew partially what?
That Vito was going to ask Queenie for the spice.
Oh, okay. Well, you just worded that horribly, buddy. All right, that's fine. Any other questions, anybody?
Can I ask a question on how did you try to contact me?
I gave you phone calls.
I feel like Nancy is around all the time. There.
If this happened prior to me supplying Queenie with spice, I had no phone calls, no text messages. CJ can attest I was with CJ at the time.
Oh my god.
That was around the time that you went on that job at Humane, because I also tried calling you as well.
All right, let me check the phone. Let me see your phone, Nancy. Remember, guys, with these fucking phone updates, we can see missed calls and shit now, so.
Oh, I do have a question while you're.
Yeah, feel free.
So.
Make sure you're yelling. Make sure you're yelling. I can't hear you.
So you found out about her being held up when, Luciano?
After the whole incident had happened at the Red Keep when CJ called me.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Before she went down to try and handle it herself, or after?
I'm assuming before. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when she went down to try to handle it herself.
Okay.
It goes far 24 hours.
Happened. She had never had a conversation with you about like.
Right. Yes.
About it all. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Would he have called her in 24 hours? Like in the 24-hour window, or was it past that?
From this, it would have had to have been Monday. So, it would have been a long time ago that she would have those phone records.
I might go to a cop for this. I want to get to the bottom of it now. I think we're stiff as something out here. I'm not even lying. It at least feels that way. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I just picked up a book. Oh, City Chronicles. Sorry. So when did you claim to have called her?
I called her after Vito asked me if there was any spice. I believe. Yeah, I gave her a phone call to see if she was around. She didn't answer the phone.
Okay, how many times did you call her? Once?
Maybe once or twice.
You know what day this was on? Was it on Monday?
I believe it was on Monday, late night Monday, yeah.
Not Monday. All right. So if I go and get her records, her phone records at Peanut, I'm going to see a missed call from you?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions for Lush?
I have a question.
Let's keep it relevant, Sab, please, brother.
Okay, so you said this happened during the Humane's lab part, right?
I didn't say that. Queenie said that, but yes. I'm assuming that's where she was.
That doesn't make any sense. Nancy was back over here before even the meeting happened, right? She was in
Right, I
jail.
called her way before that meeting ever even happened, yes. Why would I call her after?
But you never saw her at all during Babylon.
No. She was not in Babylon present. I called her, she didn't answer.
Okay. So, okay, can we clarify something? What meeting? You called her before what meeting?
He's talking about the meeting that I had with CJ on the tower.
Okay.
That was the next day, guys. Just for clarity's sake. All of this went down on Monday, the situation with Queenie getting robbed. I didn't find out about any of this until the following night. And that is when the meeting occurred.
All right, that's fine. All right. Any other questions for Luciano? If not, please have a seat. Give me one moment. Hey, do I get Fat Joe's fat ass up there? Like, I'm trying to think if it's... You better not be recording this, AC. Turn the fuck around, boy. I'm trying to figure out if his testimony, because we don't give a fuck about what Carl says. Like, he's just gonna lie either way. But I don't want that to be a wrench in the jury. It's a testimony of an outsider, right? You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. What are you trying to establish? Whether, like, are you still on the Queenie stuff, or are you now trying to establish whether or not?
I think there's some lies going on around here. From all of them.
I have, like, that, what I just recalled, I think you're right.
I'm calling Fat Joe. Do I do it? I'm trying to think, like, is it going to sidetrack everything too much? Okay. All right, I want to call a wild card witness here. Jury, I do ask you, though, that, you know, there's going to be a part of the testimony which shouldn't matter, really. We don't give a fuck about the opinions of outsiders, is what I'm trying to say. Fat Joe, get your ass up here, boy. Give your full testimony of your involvement of what you heard and all that bullshit.
Everything.
Start from the start, please, brother.
All right. So Monday, late Monday, I'm hanging out in the front of the gate with Mumbles, as well as two other clowns that were visiting.
People can't hear you, Big Joe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear him.
I can.
Take a pill.
No, you don't gotta take a pill. Don't take a pill, Fat Joe. You're good. There's only one person. Go ahead, continue.
I'm not doing
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right. So, late Monday night, I'm at the front gate. Couple people, Mumbles, Bobby, it's one of them. Queenie shows up, gets out of the car with Vito driving her. She says something along the lines of, oh, I got something to talk to you about, but it's gonna have to wait till tomorrow. I'm going to bed. And I was very interested. I was like, oh, what's this? She's like, oh, you're gonna know. She goes off to bed. Next day, I find out, not through anybody here, unfortunately, but an outside source said what had occurred. Never got a chance to have a conversation with Queenie in regards to it. Everybody's busy, lots going on. I find out from Mateo, impromptu, not through anything like me digging or whatnot, just us shooting the shit with each other, seeing how we're doing. He tells me he heard what had happened and Carlo robbing her, or trying to. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I call CJ immediately. I say, is this why you want me to do the therapy? Is this in regards to this shit? She says yes. Later that night, Queenie and I have our first quick little session. It's late at night, so it's not a very long one. She tells me detailed exactly what she has told everybody today.
Well, that helps her.
Yesterday, I wake up, I had missed a phone call from Carlo. And then I miss another one from him. And then another one. And I inform CJ about this, that I'm getting calls from Carlo, but I ain't answering them. He calls me another time. I say to CJ, he just called me again. She mentions, how about you call him? See what he's got to say. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. But if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go to a payphone. And I'm gonna kind of play into it like I don't know much that's going on. Like a buddy on his shoulder. See what's up. I call him. Conversation's about 40 minutes. We talk about a wide range of things. A lot of bullshit. But the most important part, and this is where it gets very difficult, he mentions that he did it because he was told he was given immunity. Immunity how? Well, Vito gave me immunity. What do you mean Vito gave you immunity? To do that? Yeah. He said it's no problem, you got immunity to rob her. And Carlo being Carlo, he's the type of guy to fuck, you give him an inch, he'll go a mile. He's also a fucking pot stirrer, so you gotta read between the lines in what he says. He also mentions that at that time when he said he had immunity, he was on a phone. He assumed it was to his brother Luch. And he again assumes that his brother Luch was the one saying that he got immunity. Now this is all assumptions. This could all be bullshit, but this is what was told to me. And I brought it straight to the Mardukes last night. Nobody else. And here we are.
All right, jury, any questions?
No question from me.
Just to clarify, the assumptions that were ongoing, this is what this Carlo fella told you, or?
Yes, this is what Carlo told me over the phone.
Can you, I assume you can verbatim describe what he said, but can you paraphrase what he said to you, how you remember it?
He said, well, you know, I was given immunity. Vito said I had immunity to rob her, to get spice from her. And I think he was on the phone at the time, and I think it could have been his brother, but I don't know. Couldn't confirm or deny.
It could. He thought it was his brother, but did he think it was like a Babylonian on the other side of the phone call?
Could have been. It could have been somebody else, but he said Luch. Nobody else.
Okay.
Yes.
Understood. Thank you.
Now the other dilemma I gotta say before you say anything, Daphne, is I ain't the only one that knows this fucking story outside of here now. He has informed other people. Which is why I had to immediately say as well, this had to fucking be said. Like, this is gonna be getting out regardless, it seems.
What are you talking to, Joe?
Carlo.
You talking to his mob boss in his head?
Well, I mean, I'd like permission, Marduk. I mean, Luciano's here. We don't need assumptions, right? Luciano, can we just ask? Did you, if
Yeah. Feel free to ask.
Have you ever had a conversation like that?
Those are gonna be like 4 questions, yeah, but it's turning into a good trial, so fuck it.
Babylonians.
All right, here's that.
Is that? Thank you, Lush.
That was all that I had.
One more thing, just.
Yeah.
Big Joe added something there. You said you weren't the only person that knows. What do you mean by that?
During the phone call, he informed me that he let some other people know, and I'm sure by the end of our phone call, he's told others. Who it is, I don't know, but I can tell you.
Yeah. This part's not a big deal. We don't give a shit about their yapping. It's all good. Take a seat. Just a reminder, jury. Outside testimony, it's not that it shouldn't have weight. Just make sure it's not the the decider in your decisions. All right. It's just a piece of the puzzle. If it don't fit, it don't fit. If it fits perfectly, then it is what it is. I believe that's everybody. Am I missing anybody? CJ?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. A couple clarifying things for the jury that Queenie mentioned in the beginning. You are not on trial for wanting to handle things on your own. The reality is, if let's say the situation. If Carlo robbed you of your phone or a fucking umbrella or a microphone and you wanted to go fucking, handle your own personal business, that's totally fine. No big fucking deal. The reality situation is, this was an attack on the spice. This was also a multi-layered situation where obviously Nancy is building this incredibly big operation. And those people were directly involved. So being in the know that these people directly tried to steal from us when we're already working with them in distributing the spice is very important information. And as I've mentioned before at the start of the meeting, the importance of the spice to the people here, to the leadership. You know, if you go to the cartel and you try to take the cocaine, they're gonna come after you. It ain't a personal matter at that point. It ain't no personal beef. It's much, much bigger. It's a declaration of war. And that is what my mind first jumped to. And I was drastically confused as to how this was not brought up almost immediately to leadership. Personal beefs, don't give a shit about. This was much bigger than that. We can go ahead and do, if Queenie wants to do maybe a closing statement, and then maybe some final questions now that we've gone through everybody, we can go from there as well.
I don't really have a closing statement. I feel like I said everything I needed to say. I just think to touch base on the Carlo thing really quickly, I'm a little confused by it, just due to the fact that I saw the MC at Meridian Stone there to possibly do whatever they did. Why didn't he speak up about it then? I don't know if he did to Harry, so I wanted to ask Harry if Carlo mentioned whatever Joe said earlier, because what's the point of saying it after he was already harmed and not trying to save his ass before? Like, I'm confused by that.
Say what?
So, am I able to ask Harry?
Oh yeah. I mean, ask whoever you want. Can you clarify a little bit what you're talking about? Just a little bit.
Yeah, they're saying that Carlo is claiming that there was some kind of immunity given to him, but why didn't he say that before he was harmed? Why say it after the fact? After
I mean, who
something
cares?
had already
We
happened?
can let Queenie have this. I mean, she's probably down to know somebody fucked her over. It's fine.
So my question to Harry is, did he mention anything about having immunity to you?
Yeah, we know what she's doing. It's fine. We'll let her
No,
have it.
that was never brought up. Any talks of immunity or anything regarding Vito, Luciano, Big Joe, Carlo never brought this up. Carlo's excuse for robbing the spice was that, word for word, he called himself a bit of a fucking idiot, and he said that he's an absolute spice addict fiend. Yeah, he took full accountability and didn't. This is the first time I'm hearing about any of this.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I don't have anything else to say.
All right, thank you, Queenie. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, just reminder, jury, what we're looking for here is whether or not Queenie. Well, just to clarify, Queenie, did you ever state whether or not you gave the spice to them afterwards?
I gave it to Vito, yes, after telling him I was gonna shoot Carlo.
And can you just remind us what was the reasoning for that again?
Can you hear me? Am I? Oh, okay, you can.
Yeah, you're good.
The reasoning was because of the things that Nancy had going on. She had mentioned that spice was going to be made illegal very soon, and they had a sale pending for that night and wanted to distribute it. So I provided it to keep it going.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Have a seat.
Of course.
Oh, she admitted it. So now what? Well, she kind of admitted it. Now what do I do?
I mean, that's what I heard.
No reason she's on trial.
Originally.
Yeah, but she admitted like the only reason I put her on trial, right? So now it's the question of
No, they've had it before.
of punishment.
Yeah, I was pretty sure going into this that's how it would end, but like the main factor was making sure people understood, right? Make an example of why spices.
Yeah, I got it. All right, we've heard everything that had to have been said. All questions have been asked. Jury, again, what we're looking for here is whether or not Queenie operated in the right or in the wrong. Whether or not, obviously, she should have given the spice, and whether or not she did it with the intentions that she claimed that she did it for. Is that understood?
Understood.
Understand.
And then from there, once you guys decide, I also want you guys to recommend a punishment. I'm curious as to what you guys would say. We also have to test our people a little bit here, chat.
I understood, my dude.
And then, Lush, please collect the 15 bubblery fine from Benji. Thank you.
And the 2 from Paulie, yes?
Yeah, and the 2 from Polly, and then go ahead and do a search on Seb.
Understood.
Also, jury, not to rush it, but try not to be long. We got a bunch of shit to do after this as well. So thanks, appreciate it. The thing is, I don't even know if I want to punish Queenie. Really, I just don't know what the actual problem is.
There are no bankers around right now. No bankers around, Marduk. Benji, you have until end of day to pay this. Tomorrow it'll be double.
Understood. Thank you. It's not folding. You guys are just dumb as fuck. Like, I just don't understand if Queenie even knows what she did wrong. Well, I mean, now I do understand. She doesn't even know what she did wrong. That's the thing. Like, she didn't even know what she did wrong. And going into this whole thing, I feel like nobody knew, like, what was actually the problem. Aside from Arush, which is funny enough. But Arush he's the El Jefe, so he understands what it means when you try to rob a man's drug. She's smart, though. I don't know. Yeah, but... like, what Queenie's very good at is she's very good at, like, you know, making it seem like it's other faults for the things that she does. But that's irrelevant. Like, all the shit that she said is irrelevant. The only part that was relevant is, like, just seeing her reaction to, like, what Spice is. Yeah, exactly. Red Rabbit. We see that, like, they kind of see Spice as, like, they probably thought it was, like, a goofy thing and not a serious thing, right? Still protective Vito with the like, yeah, but who gives a fuck about that? We're not a gang, bro. You guys keep thinking like a fucking gang. I don't give a shit if she likes Vito. I don't give a shit if she's trying to protect this guy, protect that. I don't give a fuck about any of that.
We find her guilty of mishandling the holy spice. She doesn't understand how sacred the substance is to us, and she has conspired with treacherous outsider groups in handling the holy spice, even though they were willing to harm Babylonians. I think she's guilty of this. Oh,
perfect.
Yes.
The great thing is, did you all come to this agreement?
Of course.
Oh hell yeah, that makes me happy. That means you guys understand that. Perfect.
And then there's also a punishment we suggested.
Okay.
She shall be banished on a holy task of penance to the Ashen Tree, where she shall pray, care for it, and speak with it for wisdom of the holy spice. Much like wisdom was given to most of us, much like the Marduks were chosen there, much like I was branded there, she shall come back with wisdom.
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days.
All right, you guys are hardcore as fuck. I like it, but I'm probably not going to do that, and I'll explain to you guys why on the microphone in a second, all right?
Understood.
All right. The verdict is in, ladies and gentlemen. Please have a seat. Guys, they can be uncuffed, Lush. After you search them, you can uncuff them. Jesus fuck, I have to walk you through every fucking thing?
No, of course not, Marduk.
Why the fuck they still in cuffs then? Jesus.
This is harassment.
now Sam is right. Now we are harassing these motherfuckers. Uncuff them after you search them, man.
Fuck. Abuse.
Ain't no way y'all just let them both in cuffs.
Thank you.
I was gonna put him in a shame pit, Marduk.
No, they don't need no shame pit. We're just searching for contraband, brother. They haven't been found guilty of anything yet. Jesus fuck.
Outburst, Marduk. Outburst.
All right. Anyways, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Queenie, you are found guilty of misuse of the handling of spice, but the reality is, the reason I called this trial was one, I really wanted to see your, what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess your interpretation of what spice means to you and what it means to New Babylon. Because I also think it was speaking to a much bigger issue, an issue that I've been addressing this week. I addressed in class the other day and through town hall meetings, and that's culture. Do I think you necessarily did something wrong intentionally? I do not believe you did. I do believe that you were actually trying to get your get back on a motherfucker, and I totally can understand that. I'm not going to get in the way of that. Like I said, though, unfortunately, it was over a situation where it called for leadership to be made aware and to unfortunately have to step in. Why? Because of what I explained at the beginning of the town hall meeting of what spice means, what it should mean to people. But the reality is, us as leadership, we have to do a better job at making sure that we are instilling and reminding people of the culture and holding people accountable in remembering. Especially now when we're growing, at an exponential rate. The reality is, spice is transactional. That's just the truth of it. But it does not mean that it is not sacred. Again, the punishment you will have, it's not really a very hard one, but I want you for the next 3 days to work with Nancy to learn more about the spice. I want you to go on 3 total spice walks for when we do them, just so you can see what spice really means, what it's all about, and who knows, maybe Shai Halud, you'll be blessed enough to be blessed by his grace and for him to come to you and show you the way of life. All right, is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And this speaks to, again, a bigger issue. It was great to hear that the jury came to an agreement, and they themselves understood the importance of spice, which was fantastic to hear. But for the people out there, again, this is a much bigger issue. The culture is very, very important. We are only different if we have culture. If we do not have any fucking culture, we are no different than anybody else. If you do not know why spice is so fucking important, go find out. There's a fucking library. There's fucking Nancy. There's a million other fucking people around here you can converse with and figure it out. If you don't know why gold is so important, if you don't know how we got here, why we became what we are, there's answers to all these questions, and you should have, at least deep down inside, some want to figure these things out. This ain't, just a trailer park community. We are trying something drastically different, and holy shit, I don't even know how the fuck we're here right now, but we are. And there's a lot of good reasons for it. Reasons I encourage you guys to figure out and learn, and keep in the back of your mind. You can sit down, by the way, Queenie. You're all good.
Okay, thank you.
And like I said, normally I wanted this trial to be shorter, but sometimes a trial is a good way to kind of get everybody on the same page, send a message. And today's message is to remember where we come from, and certain things might not seem important, but they are. And moving forward, anybody caught intentionally mishandling and misusing these spice, you will be exiled, no questions asked. There might not even be a trial for you. Even full transparency, Queenie, she didn't even, I don't even think she was aware what she was defending herself from. I don't give a fuck about the beef and all the bullshit of the story. I just wanted to see what she thought of spice. And if she understood, or if I believe I knew what she understood of spice to be what I understood of spice, she would have been exiled. But again, I do not believe that you see it in the same ways that I do, and leadership needs to do a better job at instilling that belief in all of you. So